You're just one person and a translator working on issues that have to do mainly with Turkey. You had some 200 colleagues, so one wonders how many stories like this there are. This one story, your story by itself, is enough to show how corrupt the system is.
My case, this one case that you're referring to right now, is a case that has been known to a certain level because of all the activities that I have been engaged in terms of going to court, going to Congress, etc. There are other cases that we are not hearing about that I'm aware of that have to do with similar cases, maybe having to do with other countries. For example, again, this is another relevant case. An outside case is the Larry Franklin case with the espionage case that they pursued with AIPAC. And what the American public, they don't know is the fact that there were other counterintelligence operations within the FBI that obtained far more information that was, this information, they were not limited to only Mr. Franklin, to others that were similarly shut down in 2000, 2001, because it ended up going to higher levels and involving maybe way too many people, U.S. persons. When I'm talking about too many people, I usually try to limit it to those individuals that we would be interested, because they are the ones that I would describe as people who are breaking the law or misusing the trust or abusing their power. In some cases, I would even go as far as saying engaging in treason. But we don't hear about it because, again, it's very easy to see what happened with my case. What kind of example my case is presenting to those other people who may want to do the right thing and come forward. They say it doesn't make a difference in the end because she pursued every channel possible. I went as high as I could go with the courts, including the Supreme Court. And as you know, they issued a gag orders on me several times. They invoked the state secrets privilege, and they call it the neutron bomb of all executive privileges, saying everything about my case, including where I was born, including the languages I speak, including everything, is classified, and I'm prevented from even discussing it, whether or not I'm right. And she went all the way to Congress. She did the right thing. I was not what they call those leakers who went straight to the media and started divulging classified documents, but a person who said, okay, based on our regulations and laws, you go to the appropriate committee. That was the Judiciary Committee, and by the way, I went to the Intelligence Committee too, House and the Senate. She went through the other channel, legitimate channel, courts. By deposing people, I was going to shed light to these issues, because there would be witnesses, there are documents out there to show what's going on. That was blocked. She went to the Inspector General's office. This is the executive branch. She tried with the media. So many people, I don't blame them, they get pessimistic and they say, it doesn't make a difference. In fact, the only thing it's going to accomplish is I'm going to lose my job. I may even go to jail. And look how she suffered. I'm not about to do that. Many of these people, they are breadwinners for their families. They are putting the bread every night on the table. And many of these, again, conscientious people, they have put 15, 20 years into their careers. Oh, I'm 5 years away from the retirement, and I don't want to damage that. So you have many reasons why more people are not coming forward, from pessimism to examples such as my case, because they make an example out of you. That's exactly what they want to prevent, because if one case, let's say my case, were to really bring about justice and accountability, you will see so many people doing the same thing. And how many times, let's just look at in the past 1 decade, have you seen a whistleblower from any of these agencies coming forward, established with documented case, legitimate whistleblowers I'm referring to, and in the end, we have seen justice or accountability? I don't think you can name one case. So that's, again, another reason. And also, you're looking at all the other channels being culprits, sometimes even without intending. For example, there is a lot of blame to be placed on our mainstream media today. whether willingly or for whatever reason, maybe not as cynical as some people, they say, oh, big corporations own them, or they are in bed with the government. There are so many hypotheses out there. No matter what the reasons, they have been accomplices, you know, for what has taken place in this country. They have been. By not reporting what they should be reporting, by not investigating what they should be investigating. How many true investigative journalists we have today? And by being, again, the mouthpiece for the special interests, be it in certain cases, individuals that we just gave example of, or the government itself. So they have abdicated their responsibilities. Our Congress, by not doing what it's supposed to be doing, because where do we look at? When we talk about issues such as accountability, investigations, we look at Congress. And they have been a major factor why we are not seeing more people coming forward from the FBI. The agents that I worked with, these people were solid, patriotic, good American, dedicated people. And they were as outraged as I was when I was going through these cases and reporting them internally. And they would be testifying under oath in Congress if they are called upon. If one of these committees, be it the Judiciary Committee or the Government Affairs Committee in the House, would set a hearing and bring these individuals along with others from the other side, these agents would be telling the truth under oath. And what would it take to get that done here today?
So in your opinion, what is the definition of an agent today in the U.S.? What is his job? I mean, an important portion of his work is what we're talking about, things that are actually not being dealt with and that are being covered up. So it seems that agents are good agents as long as they're dealing with the enemy. But this enemy is decided by people who are often corrupt and even committing treason.